Hey everyone, and welcome to the recap of day 30, I believe it is. In the Ken Reed case, I've been away for a week. I might have it a little bit switched up in my head. I might also have forgotten how bad Hank Brennan really is. I haven't watched much of the trial because I have been frolicking in the wonderful state of Tennessee. Thank you so much for having me, the White Rabbit and the expert. Thank you so much for the guests who swung by. I hope if there will be a Dollywood 3.0, more of you can come. But enough of the self-promoting grifting, back to the case. Oh my God, Hank Brennan is horrendous as a cross examiner. We had Dr. La Posada on the stand most of yesterday. Highly qualified, nothing to get after her with, and I think my favorite defense witness. To the point, competent. There was none of that. I know everyone is in love with Dr. Russell, but she had a little too much of that sweet old lady rambling. I don't say she's not qualified, but she got into some explanation that got a little winded, and I think it's hard to follow along. Dr. La Posada, answer the question. Don't tell 45 side stories. Perfect for me. I know a lot of people like Dr. Wolf. Could be a little too hard to understand for some of the juries, maybe great witness to. I think this time around, the witness I've seen for the defense have been way better than the first trial. Because the first trial, because they were banking so hard on the third-party culprit defense, it never really got going. This time, everyone has been good, and I would say Dr. Wolf and La Posada has been great witnesses. But they also changed something in the way they asked them questions. AJ was really good, working really good in tandem with Dr. La Posada. Questions asked, questions answered. Questions asked, questions answered. Progression, linear, really easy to remember. What's not so easy to remember, and I actually forgot, is what a big POS Hank Brennan really is. We had that thing where they were asking for a mistrial because he again lied to the court. Bev didn't get hot about it over that. We started the day with sidebar as always, tried to get some more motion in. Hank is always going up there and lying about what is being said. He constantly does this. If you're a prosecutor, I think I've said it a million times, you have all the power of the state. You have all the money you can steal from the taxpayers. Why do you have to lie so much when you brought a case? What Mr. Jackson just said is absolutely untrue. No, he actually said verbatim what you said. It's you who constantly lies. And Bev, I'll allow it. Even though she allows everything this weasel of a man asks for. She is so fed up with him. You can tell by the way she speaks. And you can tell by the way I walk. I'm a ladies' man. No time to talk. Brennan got up to cross-examine Dr. La Posada. He really wanted to get into her previous history, that she was fired for not doing her job. That backfired spectacularly because she was actually quitting a job because they wanted to lower the quality standards. He really didn't ask that in front of the jury. He got into a little bit of it. She smacked him right in the face with it. This woman, I think I could feel, was like when my grandma had to talk to me about something I did that was really stupid. Overbearing, but still you could tell she hated him. Well, my grandma didn't hate me, but she got really, really annoyed with me sometimes. she constantly kept saying, that's just not true. That's not the facts of the case. And he would go on. And I haven't watched much the last week. And I know it's been a complaint a lot of people have been given that he just asked the same question. I think I counted 8 times in a row he asked the exact same question, got the exact same answer, and he ended with something like, so you don't want to answer. At least this time, Bev struck that answer. But again, it's a shitty thing to do in front of the jury. This man has the plans to send Karen Read away forever. And all he got is, well, he has the worst experts in the world. He spent millions on experts. None of them have said anything that confirms that John O'Keefe was even hit by Alexis. Well, at least at this last trial, we had Trooper Paul say, well, it happened at 12:45. You can see it here in the text stream. Why are the Commonwealth so bad and the defense experts are so good? Because they spend a ton more on these witnesses. Is it because those witnesses are more accommodating to the Commonwealth theories? Is that why? We also had the beginning of Dr. Rensler from ARCA. He is the guy who will talk about the injuries to John O'Keefe. And a funny thing popped up during Dr. LaPosada's testimony yesterday. We now have x-rays of John O'Keefe's right arm and hip area. If you go into all the Antis site, please go visit my very good friend, Plevin. His low IQ won't harm you. You'll just feel dumb when you read his takes, who said, well, it's not procedure to take x-rays. We now have x-rays. So who have been telling the lie that there was no x-rays? We know Dr. Welcher didn't look at any. Why didn't he look at the x-rays? Didn't he get them so the state withhold evidence from their own expert? Or 2, did he choose not to look at them because he had confirmation bias and didn't want to see the evidence that his confirmation bias was wrong? You can't make this up. Another piece of evidence that totally debunks all the lies we have heard for 3 years. And we just have to say, well, who knew? Yeah. As I can gather, and I don't know because I have no connections to the defense team or the Commonwealth. People higher up on the totem pole might have that. But Dr. LaPosada didn't see the X-ray video, X-ray photos till a couple of weeks ago, and neither did Dr. Rensler, as far as I understand. I think I might have that wrong. Maybe they did see them earlier, but if that's true that they didn't see them till 2 weeks ago, there should have been a notice of discovery from the Commonwealth turning them over. If not, if they have had them the entire time, there can only be one explanation, is that Brennan specifically didn't give his experts all the evidence. That expert is going to come back to rebut the ARCA guys. Imagine the first questions will be, sorry, when you see these x-rays, will it change your opinion he was struck by a car? Because you said you never seen these x-rays before. Either Hank is lying and he saw them, or Hank withhold them. Both of that is really dumb. Dr. Renscher will be the last witness. He will testify that nothing caused the injuries to John O'Keefe that had anything to do with Karen Read's Lexus. Then Brennan will get up there, yell about ARCA and how they got paid just like he does, and probably something about a signal app, even though he knows Dr. Rensler didn't use that. And he will probably end up like he did with Dr. LaPosada, looking like a big crybaby bully who doesn't know his own case, who doesn't have his own facts, and who will sell his soul. No, I shouldn't say that. He could be a good guy. But so far, 30 days in, he looked like a big bastard. And I've said it many times. The state of Massachusetts owe you taxes after this.